This video is sponsored by gelato, more on that later. Hi friends, my name is Lilstarnerd. Welcome to today's video. Before we get into it, I want to thank my patrons. Your names are on screen. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't checked out my Patreon yet, go do so. We do fun exclusive stuff every single month, including a video, a podcast, a postcard, a sticker. There's also early access to art, other stuff. Go check it out. Super, super fun. Thank you. If you are already a patron, you're the best and I love you. Anyways, we're doing sketchbook work today. I've been really itching to be in my sketchbook. I've been feeling this call to do less gimmicky art and to see art as a hobby again. Like I've just been wanting to sit and do stuff that I just feel like doing, not because it's going to be a good spread or it's going to serve a function. I feel like for a while I have been doing art basically for a video. You know what I mean? That's what my art has been lately. And sometimes that's fine. At the very least, it's making me do art on a regular basis, which I appreciate, but it's not always stuff that I enjoy. It's not always stuff that I would, not that it's not stuff that I want to draw, but as in it's not the stuff that I'm particularly feeling the call to do. So I had this idea for a spread, and while I don't think it's the most entertaining process that it could be in terms of a YouTube video, it is what I wanted to draw. And so I wanted to indulge on that and follow through with that and do stuff that I want to do. So that's what this is. We're just going to fill a sketchbook spread together. So grab your sketchbook, take some time to do some of your own self-indulgent kind of stuff. We'll work on a spread together. We'll have a little chit chat. Maybe I won't even do much of a voiceover at all because I don't have a whole lot to say about the spread. We'll see. But either way, grab a snack, grab something to occupy yourself with. Like I said, your own sketchbook, and let's just have a little art date together. I feel like I haven't done that specifically in a really long time. So grab your own stuff. Let's go do some art. Before we get into the spread, I do want to talk about today's sponsor, Gelato. Now on this channel, we have talked about print-on-demand services before. Print-on-demand is a great way for artists, creatives to make passive income, which is why I'm very excited to bring Gelato to your attention if you don't know about them already. It's a print-on-demand service that really stands out in all aspects. 90% of all orders are produced locally. They have over 140 print partners in 32 countries. So depending on where your order is placed, the closest print location will fulfill that order. It means your customer gets their order faster, it decreases shipping and production costs, and it also means less carbon emissions, so it's a greener process overall. And of course, everything is really high quality. All of their products are consistent in look, quality, feel. They always partner with leading brands to ensure quality products. You can also connect Gelato to top e-commerce platforms, things like Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, and more. What's great is Gelato is also risk-free. They have no minimum order size, which is always a pain in the butt, and they have 24 customer service. A lot of artists want to sell their art. You know what I mean? It's kind of what we do, is we want our art to be out there and for people to enjoy it. But not everyone has the resources, the money, the time to spend on having their own shop. Print on demand is just incredibly accessible, easy, it simplifies the process, and it saves you a lot of time and money. If you're an artist, if you're a creative, and you'd like to make passive income off your art, I really suggest Gelato Print on Demand. Try Gelato for free and get 50% off your first purchase if made within 3 days of creating your account. You can click the link below to start selling your art and making that passive income. Make sure you check them out. Thank you, Gelato, for sponsoring. Now let's get into the art. So I have been really wanting to draw some stingrays. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about them. They've been stuck in my head. They're just so cute and they're very pretty and very aesthetic. Me and my sister have been talking about getting them as tattoos, and I've just been thinking about them aesthetically a lot. Last time I went to the aquarium, I was really looking at them and thinking wow, there are so many beautiful textures. They're so pretty. Especially the spotted and colorful ones. I love them. I was originally going to do them in gouache or something like that, but honestly, I've been using that a lot lately. A lot of markers and a lot of gouache. So I wanted to kind of switch it up, do something different. But I knew I had this specific way I wanted to paint them or do them. I had this vision in my head of how I wanted it to look, how I wanted the process to work. And I thought, ink. ink would be perfect for that. I knew I wanted it to be very soft, lots of gradients, especially with thinking about them as a tattoo. I definitely was picturing them monotone, monochrome, maybe even black and white. I knew I wanted the white spots to be really sharp and crisp. I wanted some of them to look like they were glowing, like this very soft gradient look. I could picture it very well. I could see it perfectly in my head what I wanted. But then I sat down to start and I was looking at the paper and I was like, wow, lots of little dots here that I have to work around. This is gonna be a lot harder than I was picturing in my head. So I was like, no biggie, that's fine. Let me just put some masking fluid down, no problem. So I was looking around my studio for like 10 minutes looking for masking fluid, which I swear I own. I swear to God, I have used masking fluid at some point, but I could not find it anywhere. I looked for so long. I looked all through the studio, could not find it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world because I don't have masking fluid, but I do have white ink. So instead of working with trying to keep the whites pure, trying to preserve the paper and trying to like work around it, I can just put it all down and then use the white ink on top, especially because at this point my ink is very old and the white ink it seems to have like gooped up and it got really thick. And I tested it a little bit, not on top of anything, but just on white paper just to see like the consistency. And I was like, I think this is gonna be perfect. I think it's gonna be really opaque. So I think I can layer it on top and it'll be fine. So I had readjusted my plan. I was like, this is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work well. And it kind of didn't. I have not used ink in a really long time. And I just really didn't have a handle on it today. I don't know if maybe I just forgot how this medium worked and I was approaching it wrong. I don't know, but it didn't really work well. I think everything turned out fine, but I do know that I did not achieve the really soft, glowy, gradient look that I was going for. I think I really should have focused more on a wet on wet approach instead of working in layers and bit by bit. Especially as I was watching back the footage, every time I did do any sort of wet on wet and let ink kind of blossom, I was like, man, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. And it made me really want to itch and just like do some fun textural experimental stuff of, just putting down ink on wet paper and letting it bloom. So I think if I had had that approach, it would have been better, but that's fine. Obviously, I also did not end up just doing stingrays because I was looking for reference photos and I was like, honestly, there aren't a whole lot of different stingrays, at least ones that are cute. Like they all look kind of the same. And so many of the photos of them are like of their face or from the side with their wings flapping, not top down. So I could see their patterns and stuff, which is specifically what I wanted to paint. So I had to make some stuff up. Also had to do some like different fish. Obviously I looked for just other aquatic creatures that had spots and lots of light and dark contrast. It was fun, they're very cute. I had fun looking at cute little fish. I wish I could say it was a very fun, chill process. And honestly, it was a nice kind of puzzle solving process, it was a good brain teaser, I would say. It certainly wasn't bad, but I really could not get into any sort of flow or zone. I was bouncing back and forth between the little guys, trying to give them time to dry, but they were never dry enough. I didn't have much control over the ink. I could never get the darks dark enough and the white would dry and fade, so the lights were never light enough. So yeah, it was very interesting, pretty tedious, not hard in the sense of like, oh God, I was miserable, just hard as in like, I could never relax. But it was really nice to have something in my head that I wanted to do and then to just sit down and do it. That was nice. I've been really struggling with my art lately, just so much of the art I do, it seems like it's just for videos. And these videos have to be done every week. The art has to be quick enough that I can get them done for a video in time. And then the graphic novel just never ends. There's work to do for that every week. And then between all of that, it's like there's never enough energy to do art for fun, it feels like, With the turnaround of a video every week, I feel like I never get time to recover before it's time to film the next video, which sounds so crazy and so silly. But videos, the more I do them, the harder they are for me to do, which I never thought would be the case. I thought they would get easier, but I don't know. When I get to do like this and just dedicate some time to exactly what I want to do, it does feel really good. That is something that I've been thinking about for my channel, actually. My videos have not been doing like exceedingly well for a while at this point. No matter what I do, no matter what kind of video I make, no matter how much I try to make it, more trendy or how much effort I put in to do something different, or make it more entertaining, more vibey, like whatever. You know, videos just have been flopping like really consistently. And I've been feeling so burnt out with video production and then also art production that I think it would not hurt to spend more videos doing quote unquote low effort, more self-indulgent stuff, you know? If the topic of the video isn't going to make a difference in views, then I may as well make the videos purely something for me. You know what I mean? Like I may as well just do what I want. I've also thought about skipping uploads here and there when I can. You know, if I don't have a sponsorship like obligation, I want to take that extra time to have some more recovery time, downtime, before I have to turn around and make another video, you know? Like I said, I know that sounds so crazy. Like how hard can making a video a week be? And I get that. I feel that. I think the same thing. Whenever I do complain, I'm always like, girl, your job is so easy, shut up. But I just have been so creatively burnt out for at least this calendar year. If not, it feels like since, you know, Christmas 2022, like the first time I did Vlogmas, it feels like I've been burnt out since then. And with this being my job, I really can't get enough time away to properly recover. You know, there's always something that I have to do that even if I take time off, even if I'm on vacation, I'm still doing work. I can't just drop everything for long enough to fully recover. I've been doing this cycle of working to the point where I can't work anymore. Then I take a tiny bit of time off to feel just better enough to where I can function again. And then I work until I can't again. And it's this endless cycle. I'm not making any headway on real recovery and rest. I'm doing just enough to stay operational, basically. I have felt like I've kind of run out of ideas for videos in terms of like what I'm willing to do. I feel like I'm making the same videos over and over again. I feel like they are so formulaic, which that's a problem that I've had for a really long time. And sometimes I don't feel like it's a problem. Sometimes it's just a symptom of me making the kind of videos I want to make, but sometimes it feels like I'm just not good at this. Every time I really do try and do more and get out of my comfort zone in terms of videos, you know, every time I try harder to put more effort in a video, that video flops. Mentally, it gets harder and harder to keep coming back and making another video, you know, especially when it's like, I would really rather be spending 2 weeks in a row just doing stuff that I don't want to share, or doing, you know, one painting, but I know that half of a painting doesn't do well for a video. So I think it'll be really good for me to take extra time off where I can, and to do some more self-indulgent art, you know, and to take care of myself a little bit more, especially if doing those things that give myself a little leeway don't make a difference in terms of my job performance, like the feedback that I get in, you know, in terms of views and money and revenue and stuff, doesn't seem to make a difference. So I may as well take that leeway where I can get it. But let's hope I stick to that. I feel like I say that kind of thing all the time, but it never lasts. I always say like, oh, I'm gonna make more self-indulgent art. Oh, I'm gonna take time off, and then I never do it. So we'll see how I do. But yeah, that's kind of my life update. I'm just feeling very burnt out lately, very tired, very run down, looking for kind of something else. I haven't been feeling the call. I've been feeling the call to art in a way, like I said, I've been wanting to make it a hobby again. But at this point, I've realized, I don't think I've fully understood how discordant that is with it being my job. And I want to do art when I shouldn't do art, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know how to better explain it, but yeah, I've been feeling burnt out, and I want to feel excited about art again. I've also been reading again as kind of an escape from art. I just blew through 2 different books, one of which was actually 3 now because I read one today. One of which was The Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix, which I really, really loved. He definitely has this theme of like getting really crazy and like really out there in the plot, which kind of takes you out of the story a little bit, but it was really fun. I really liked it. I also just read If an Egyptian Cannot Speak English, which I thought was good. Wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I didn't know it was memoir, but also really liked it. Yeah, what else? I also have my birthday this weekend. It's the 25th, and I'll be turning 26. So as long as this video comes out on time, it'll be the day after you see this, but I will be celebrating the night that you see this, that is uploaded, with some friends. Very fun, very exciting. I will be losing my health insurance, so that's gonna be really fun. Lots of fun stuff coming. But yeah, that's about it with my life. Not much has been going on. It's, you know, the summer slog, really. Surviving the heat, enjoying downtime, doing lots of graphic novel work. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really have much else to say. I'm not sure how much time is left in the art footage, but if there's anything left after what I've said, I'll let you enjoy it with some nice music and without my yapping. Okie dokie. It's actually not done yet. I'm filming this before. I want to do a little bit of colored pencil just to neaten up some edges. And I am filming the outro before I do that while I let the ink fully dry. But I had some difficulties. I haven't used ink like this in a really long time, and I don't remember it being this difficult. I really struggled with the paper, and I've used it in the sketchbook before. The ink dried very slowly, and so it was bleeding and spreading a lot. I could not get crisp edges. I could not get my darks dark or my lights light. So it was definitely a struggle, but I had fun. I think it still looks really cute and satisfying. I want to try to neaten it up digitally maybe, because I think this is satisfying. I just want it maybe up the contrast and stuff. We'll see. But I had a lot of fun working on it, so I accomplished my goal. I hope you had some time to work on what you want to work on in your sketchbook. I hope it was fun for you too. Thank you so much to Gelato for sponsoring. Thank you for watching. Yeah, have a great week. Bye.